You're tuned in to B&T Unscripted. Get ready for raw, real, and unfiltered conversations with the award-winning radio show host Tiffany K and her co-host Brandon. It's life, love, and laughter. Unscripted, unpredictable, and unforgettable. Buckle up. You're listening to B&T Unscripted.
And we're back. It is Monday. It's another week to get started with some chaos and fun and news that you didn't know you needed. So we are back with all of that. Is B&T Unscripted. I'm Tiffany.
I'm Brandon.
And thanks so much for joining us on this Monday. Kind of cold here. I don't know where it is where you guys are, but I know there's supposed to be a big snowstorm that barely happened last night. Not much here. I mean, we drove through it to a dinner.
Yeah.
That maybe we shouldn't have.
Yes.
But we're okay. Everyone's okay.
I got to use the off-road stuff for my truck, so...
You were happy about that.
Yeah.
That makes you happy.
Yep.
But
all the Yee trucks were out and about.
They were. That's when you can tell when there's a winter storm coming.
They're waiting all year to use their truck features,
Do donuts and things like that.
All the Yees that live in the suburbs.
Right?
But
all of us. But anyways, we hope you're staying warm and safe, and welcome to another week. Let's jump right into it. You've got actually 3 stories for us for Daily Headlines, so why don't you kick it off?
Yeah. So for our first one, the first one that we have is the farmer who said no to $15 million. Okay.
That is a lot of money to say no to.
Yeah. So basically, legacy over money. Why one farmer refused $15 million. Okay. So, 86-year-old Pennsylvania farmer, sorry if I mess up the names.
Uh-oh.
I'm not good at that. I think it's Mervyn Randabaugh.
Okay.
Rejected a roughly $15 million offer from a data center developer or developers for his 261 acres of farmland. Okay. He wasn't motivated by money. He wanted to preserve his family's land. It's
economical.
Yeah, so trying to preserve his land. So
okay.
I'm struggling right now. And its legacy. Instead of selling for development, he sold the development rights to a local conservation trust for under $2 million, ensuring it stays farmland instead of data centers. So basically, data center developers that so AI runs off of that. And now that's the biggest push is for data centers. Okay, to be able to operate it. So yeah.
Good for him for standing his ground. It reminds me of that country song, Dirt Cheap, by Cody Johnson. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It came out a year or two ago. Still one of my favorite songs, saying you can't buy this type of dirt cheap where your memories and legacy is grown upon. And the guy in the song, at least, was saying told the developers to go away. He's never selling that land. That's where his dog was buried. That's where he would propose to his wife, all of these things. And sometimes there's not a price for things in life.
Yeah, I watched a video of because they actually interviewed the gentleman on his farmland, and he said he raised his family and everything on that, and his wife unfortunately passed away, and they raised their family there. They stayed their whole life there. It's you can't buy that.
No, you can't.
You can't buy that. And
you can't put a price on that. It's literally art imitating life in this scenario.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't either. If it's something that meant that much to me, especially if I wanted to pass it on to kids or relatives or something like that, it's not worth it. Go find somewhere else.
Yeah, and he wanted to make sure it stays farmland because it's so important. I think one of the most underappreciated jobs in America is farmers, and I feel like farmers and truckers as well are the backbone of this country. And that people forget that we need our supplies and food, right?
We need that before we need AI.
Yeah, before we need AI to do our homework,
exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So I thought that was a really cool really cool article to share with people, and
Like a good news story to start off
good
the week.
news. Like,
good for him for standing up for himself.
And
I love
he
that.
said, I don't need the money.
Yeah.
I don't need money. I did well for myself.
Yeah.
I that's when you know, like, you're good.
That, or you know what? The other part of it is he probably still, if he wasn't doing well for himself, he probably still would say, I don't need it.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think a good takeaway from this is, like, not every deal is a good deal.
Yep.
Like, even if it's a lot of money, obviously this was a lot of money. And it's just like, not every deal is a good deal, no matter the price tag on it.
It makes you think what you were going to weigh in your life, right? Does everything really have a price? I don't think so. We had that conversation.
Yeah, about the boxer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I like that good news story. Okay, well, we're going to move it on.
Moving on.
What's our next story?
So, obviously I'm a veteran,
Yes.
and there's been a lot of stuff in the news about, like, the Veteran Affairs, and we all heard about the Veteran Affairs and what, all the drama that comes with that, and how the service is not, up to par for our veterans and stuff like that. And I agree. And there's been a lot of talk about, like, the benefits that come with being a veteran and what is supposed to be entitled to you after service. You
sign up knowing that is part of it.
And you do your part as a veteran, and you do, you don't get in trouble and stuff like that.
Right.
You're owed, like, your educational benefits, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes along with it. So this one goes along with, being injured from the military.
Okay.
So, there's been a lot of talk, veterans shouldn't, get money for injuries and stuff like that. But anyways, so the VA was trying to implement a new rule.
Gosh.
And people were not happy, okay?
Backlash.
So 2 days. That's how long a new Department of Veteran Affairs rule lasted before it was halted. And the reason wasn't legal challenges or congressional hearings. It was veterans themselves pushing back hard, and here's what happened, okay? The VA issued a controversial rule that would have changed how disability ratings are evaluated by factoring in how well medication reduces the veteran's symptoms.
Okay.
And so critics, including major vet groups, said this could penalize vets for taking needed medication because their conditions would appear less severe. So under significant backlash, the VA Secretary Doug Collins announced the rule would be halted and not enforced.
Good.
So it took 2 days. So this shows you that if the people obviously band together against something and cause, like, protest it, it does work,
And here's my take on that. There is a very small percentage of people that are willing to risk their lives for this country.
Roughly 1%.
Exactly.
Yep.
And the people who are complaining or upset about veterans getting benefits or things like that are not the people who chose to take that route. Yes. So in my opinion, if you're going to argue against something that you weren't even willing to risk your life for, you have no say in this.
Yeah.
You have absolutely no say in it. And I stand behind veterans, not because you are one, not because I've had some in my family.
Yeah.
I did it before that because I've never been in that position. I chose not to make that sacrifice. I thank everybody who did. That was just not, I love my country to death. I just didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But I also don't believe that I have a right to have a say in the benefits that veterans get after that. You signed up for something that very few people do. You were going to risk your lives, so you are owed benefits after that, especially if you were injured during that time. It doesn't matter if you get better or not. That's the point.
Yeah.
You want veterans to get
compensation,
better.
right?
Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Oh, they're getting better. We're going to take the benefits away. Like, no. Now, granted, I will say this from knowing some and hearing stories, there are some who rig the system.
Yes.
And I agree that something needs to be done in terms of that, but this isn't the way to do so.
No.
And come at me if you want. I don't care either way. I'm willing to argue this to death at this point.
Yes. Like I'm right there with you. I mean, a lot of people sign up for the military just like I did, was for the opportunity to help me, with the benefits. Like I knew even if I didn't do like some crazy stuff,
right,
or like wasn't a good fit for me, I knew I had the educational benefits at least, to go to school. If I did my time honorably, whatever, I could go to school, with the benefits. And that's what I really wanted, because I didn't have the money for it, and my dad wasn't going to pay for it either, or my family, whatever.
And beyond that, you also, and you've said this since you were since I've known you, even as a kid, you always wanted to fight for your country. You were willing to do that. You wanted to go to war.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of, unfortunately, you got in when it had just ended at that time.
Yeah.
But you wanted to go fight. You were willing to risk your life. So is it the educational benefits? Obviously. But on top of that, you had that will to do that. So I think good for the veterans for standing up for themselves and for putting a halt to this within 2 days. I do believe, as you said, anything can be done if we protest peacefully. Like, no violence happened.
Yeah.
Nothing had to happen violently.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was all through
like
social media. Yeah.
Like, we can do this and, protest against things. But I think that was the stupidest rule made, in my opinion.
Well, I feel like, obviously we're a small population, and we're not a good population to make angry.
1,000%.
And you don't want a whole bunch of veterans, especially the ones that went to war, not taking their medicine.
You're like, this is opening a whole new can of worms that we do not need.
And I think the VA recognized that, and they don't want that problem. And I suggest they keep it that way.
Yeah, I think so too. And you know what? If you have an issue with that, in my opinion, and you're somebody who did not sign up or wouldn't put your life on the line for your country, my suggestion is, before you say something, go sign up and try it yourself.
Yeah, I always tell people, if they give me a hard time or give other veterans a hard time, well, the recruiting office is open 5 days a week. I think 5 days a week. Yep. Yeah, so it's free.
and then you can say something when you come back from that.
Yeah,
but not until then.
Let me know when you sign up.
Yep,
okay.
Exactly.
All right, moving on.
But I like that story. That's awesome for you guys. So you also said you had an Olympic update though.
Yeah, so
I keep forgetting they're still going on.
Continuing on with like the patriotic stuff. So the USA hockey team wins Olympic gold in overtime.
USA.
Yeah.
USA.
So
that's awesome.
overtime glory. USA's first Olympic men's hockey gold since 1980. So we all remember the miracle on ice when the USA team went against I believe it was Russia.
Funny story with that, by the way, because they made that into a movie, Miracle.
Yeah.
My parents saw it in theaters when it came out, and my dad's a huge hockey fan, right?
Yep.
And apparently my mom said, like, during, like, the movie, he and, like, another guy or a couple other guys in the theater forgot it was just a movie, and they're, like, chanting, like, go, like, yelling as if it's, like, a real game. I was like, hey, that just goes to show how impactful it is.
That's what people were pretty much doing. It was, like, history repeated itself, awesome. And, like, it's really cool to see, like, people get behind their countries and stuff like that, even like the other countries, it's so cool to see people be patriotic, even if it's just for one game,
I think that's awesome.
People are all on one side, so it was 46 years. That's how long the U.S. men's hockey waited for Olympic gold. And on Sunday, that drought ended in a jaw-dropping overtime win. It wasn't just a game. It was a storybook moment. So U.S. beat Canada 2-1 in overtime,
Congratulations. That's awesome.
So it was really cool. Congrats to both teams. I mean, all teams that competed. Obviously that's a hard feat just to get to the Olympics.
I was about to say, so that's awesome. And looking forward to more Olympic golds for USA as the Winter Olympics continue. I think it's almost done.
Yeah, I was looking at the medal count. I think Norway is number 1 and we're number 2 in
What's
medals.
Norway got going on?
Well,
they've been practicing.
It's always cold there, right?
They're like, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
But I saw a comment. It's like It was like some American guy. He was like, Norway, we'll see you in the Summer Olympics. I thought that was so funny. So
that's funny. Well, that wraps up our daily headline. So thank you so much for bringing all those great stories to us. And now it's time to
moving on.
And now it's time to head into Music Corner. Mm-hmm. And I got 2 country stories for you. So I brought the music news today.
Yes.
Number 1, congratulations to Luke Combs and his wife Nicole on welcoming baby number 3.
Nice.
So, surprise, it's a boy. They did not find out the gender this time. And we don't know the exact date that this boy was born. Mm-hmm. All we know is that the couple made the announcement on social media saying that their son has arrived and they've been enjoying these last few weeks of newborn snuggles. So I guess it's been a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. Do you want to guess the name of the son? Let me give you a reminder of what his other 2 kids are named.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I don't think you're going to guess the name of this son.
No.
The other 2 kids are named Tex Lawrence.
All right.
And Bo Lee.
Nice.
So no guesses for the name of this one?
No, I don't want to, just mess it up.
So, number 3, a boy named Chet Wiley Combs.
Nice.
Is it?
Well, hey,
I mean, I guess it goes along with Tex Lawrence and Bo Lee at this point.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Chet Wiley.
That's nice.
Chet reminds me of, do you ever see Santa Claus movies?
With
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
It's either the first or the second one. The one of the reindeers is named Chet, but it's the one that always runs into everything.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's
come
like
on,
in
Chet.
training or something. Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. But yes, congratulations to Luke Combs and his wife. Now, this time around, they kept the gender a surprise, as for the past 2 pregnancies, they had actually done gender reveal parties. And Nicole recently was on a podcast saying they kept it a surprise, and they were so excited they did it this way, they actually wish they would have done it before the exact same way. But they said, we don't care, as a lot of people say, we don't care what we have. We want them to be happy and healthy. And that's really, truly what it was. Now, here's the other thing. Some of the names that Luke Combs had in mind, besides Chet Wiley, he was also on a recent podcast. And they were asking him, okay, if you could name the kid anything, boy or girl, what would it be? And he said, okay, first off, I got to put this out there. This is without approval from Nicole.
Yeah.
So Nicole did not approve these. But he said, if I was just wild carding it for a boy, I love the name Flint.
Yeah.
It would probably be a middle name. He said it'd be a weird first name, but I would love to sneak it in. I doubt that's ever going to get approved, though. I agree with that. For a girl, he said, I feel like I would go something old school, something like Olive. Or something kind of wild.
Is that old school, though?
Olive? I don't think I've met any Olives.
No, I don't think I've met maybe a middle name, maybe.
I met Olivia's, but not Olive. I think of olive oil, like Popeye and olive oil.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
No, I think Olivia.
Olivia,
I don't know that.
But not Olive.
No, not Olive.
He said, or something kind of wild, like my grandmother's name was Donna. That's not common either, but I think it would be kind of sick.
I've met some Donnas.
I have too.
Yeah, so that's more common.
More common.
Yeah.
Safe to say Nicole didn't approve any of those, but somehow got Chet Wiley on the board.
Well, it worked out, I guess, for the wife.
I guess so. It usually does in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah. Typically, the wife usually has the final say when it comes to the names.
Oh goodness, something to keep in mind when we have kids.
Yeah. We're working on ours.
But congratulations to Luke and Nicole. Healthy, happy child.
Guys.
Happy for them. 3 kids in. We'll see if they go for more. Maybe they'll be like Thomas Rhett and Lauren. Try for a girl now.
Number 5.
Thomas Rhett Lauren number 5, but he has 4 girls.
Yeah.
He's trying for that boy.
Yeah. Hopefully, was it March?
March. They said sometime in March. They didn't give a due date.
Yeah.
But they said they're not finding out the gender either. So I'm really pulling for Thomas. I'm like, dude, I don't know how many more girls you can have and pay for it all.
Oh, I'm sure, hopefully it works out for him either way, but I'm sure if it's a boy, you're going to hear about it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody is.
He's probably going to make a song and everything.
The entire album dedicated to the boy.
Miracle in country music,
It will be. Well, moving on to our next story. This was actually interesting. Did you know Trace Adkins, his wife shot him in the heart back in the 90s? and he never pressed charges.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Did you
literally?
know? Literally, yeah. Did you know he was shot in the heart? Yeah.
I didn't. And he lived.
Uh-huh.
Wow. And did not press charges.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you the story here.
There must have been a contract or something, huh?
No contract, but let me give you the story here. The reason this is brought up is because February 21st was actually the anniversary of when this happened to Trace Adkins. He made no secret of his colorful past, but this crazy incident has stood out above all of his incidents. His wife in 1994 on February 21st shot him in the heart, nearly killing him after an argument about his excessive drinking.
Oh, man.
So apparently he admitted to struggling with alcohol repeatedly over the years, and it had been a contributing factor to several turbulent marriages. By the time 1994 rolled around, he was married to his second wife, Julie Curtis, and she ended up pointing a .38 pistol at him.
Wow.
During a confrontation about a drinking binge. He tried to disarm her, and she shot him with the bullet going through his heart and lungs.
Oh.
So he had to undergo emergency open heart surgery, and the situation was so dire that the doctors held little hope and actually told a lot of his family and friends to go in and say goodbye. Mm-hmm. They didn't think he was going to make it. Now, he says, reflecting on it, it wasn't my time to go.
Yeah.
And he, of course, pulled through. And he ultimately chose not to press charges. And he told People magazine that he still has to have regular heart checkups. He said it was painful, but it didn't sear my memory. The physical pain, broken bones, surgeries, bullets, getting beat up and cut never really bother me. I have a high tolerance for it. It's the broken hearts that left the deepest scars. So I guess because of that, he didn't feel the need to press charges.
Wow.
Isn't that insane?
I assume they're divorced.
They are, yes, they are divorced.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever, no amount of therapy or any of that craziness would fix that.
Like, you can't even, like, look back on it and laugh, like, as a memory. You remember that one time? Like,
hey, remember you shot me?
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Isn't that
dude.
crazy, guys?
That's crazy. I still love you, though. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Isn't that insane? Now, he is on wife number 4 now. This one seems to be going well, though, for him.
Hey.
Victoria Pratt, he married in 2019. Calling her an angel, he says, Victoria makes me drink kale smoothies and she cooks really healthy stuff. Plus, I do a lot of physical work at home, so I feel great.
Yeah, I bet he locks up all the firearms.
Oh, I'm sure after that one.
Or doesn't have any.
Right.
You know?
So I just thought that was a crazy story for the anniversary of it. I knew he had gotten shot by his wife, but I thought he pressed charges on her.
There must have been a contract or something.
Well, I mean, at least not according to this. There may have been.
There must have been an agreement like, yeah, I'll let you go on this if you just leave me alone.
If you don't do it again, we can go separate ways.
Don't take my money. Don't take my house. Yeah.
What's his song? Every light in the house is on. Every light was on in the house that night.
Yeah. But I couldn't imagine. Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that insane? I thought that was just a crazy
story.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I'm glad everyone's okay.
And I also would say to anybody, if this ever gosh forbid this ever happens to somebody, don't follow Trace's lead. I would press charges.
Yes.
That would be my opinion on that one.
Yes.
But that is wrapping up our music corner. So some interesting conversations coming from that today.
Yeah.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that's a crazy one.
And we got to move it on. We got to move on to our reality check-in, reality review.
Yes, for Extracted.
Yeah, we got an update for you. Well, we've been watching Gordon Ramsay a lot too. By the way, his new season of Next Level Chef already started off with a bang.
Yeah, we started that one recently, and it's pretty competitive right now.
People competitive, are like already injuries.
Pushing people on the ground and stuff. And, we thought someone, cut their ear open or something, but it was actually like hot sauce.
Yeah, it was hot sauce, which was kind of funny. But so if you're looking for a cooking show, we always suggest Gordon Ramsay. Next Level Chef is on Hulu.
Yep.
So make sure to check it out. But back to our show we've been watching, Extracted. Mm-hmm. Things heated up, as we saw. If you've been keeping up with it on Hulu as well with us, the last episode before the one we just watched was about them doing a night challenge where they had to walk with limited light and visibility to get a storage.
Yeah, they had to charge it.
Yeah, the families at home had to get like supplies, and it definitely left some people out in the wild and everything. Nobody actually extracted from that challenge.
Yeah, I was very surprised, even when some of the families or their family members got left in the dark. Yes. So they had to just like sleep out like where
with
they're
bears.
at. Yeah, without their camp supplies. Yeah.
And then not only left from that. However, we have had somebody leave. I'm not going to say who it is because if you are watching and you haven't seen it yet, we're not going to spoil it. But I will tell you this. It's somebody I did not expect would cash out. And 2, it happened after a challenge where they were teamed up together with different people.
Yep.
And they had to create a raft to like swim to the island and grab a box of supplies.
Yep.
And let's just say it did not go well for this specific person.
No, they didn't follow the directions that their, home base sent them.
Which I will say that was also very funny though, because I don't know how 2 grown men made a raft and then sat on either side of it back to back and paddled on either side of it.
So they just kept going
They just kept going in a circle and they're like, why is this happening? I'm like, dude, have you never seen people
you're
like...
You're supposed to face one direction.
One direction and use a paddle to go one side, other side. I was like, I'm sorry, but that was the stupidest moment of the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was like, did not good to put a good name on some guys. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well... Yeah.
I was like, we're back to back and going in a circle. You're never
we were like, come on, guys. Like, we really were rooting for you.
Yeah, we're like, use your brains, please.
But that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. So that is where they're at. So there has been another extraction, one we did not expect.
Yep.
And they're on to day 9 in the wild, which is so surprising that it's only day 9.
Yeah, and we feel like for this season they've been through a lot already. Yep. So I think season 2, the producers were like, "Yeah, we're gonna try to take people out."
Oh yeah, they're like, well, season 1 they were out there for what? A couple weeks, I want to say.
Almost a month, I think. Yeah.
And so they're like, we need to wrap this up here. So
yeah, we need, because we're keeping these people at the home base, and
we're tired of the arguing.
Yeah, and we don't want to keep paying for them.
Yeah, no, I don't blame that. But the newest episode that I'm excited to watch comes out later on tonight. And this one actually has a challenge that they did last season, which was where each member was allowed to go to where there's like food sitting. Like last year,
it was bread. Yeah.
And they were told the challenge is you can take as much as you want, but remember, whatever you take, that's what's left for the next person. So it's like kind of like weighs on your moral compass a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And that was a hard one to watch last year.
Yeah, people were like crying and stuff because they're like fighting back the urge to eat more.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't blame them. That is hard. That is very hard. And I think the food for this one is a steak. Yeah, it was like a premium like steak.
Mm-hmm. And you hear one of the families go like, it sounds like one of the guys was like, maybe I'll just take the whole thing. And one of the families go, no, don't do that, because immediately you'll have a target on your back.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so it'll be interesting to see. But that's your extracted update for you.
Yeah, that is that's our main show right now.
It is. I don't think we watch it. Well, we don't have time to watch anything else, but I don't think we watch anything else. So still, if you have not checked it out, go ahead and look it up on Hulu. Extracted. If you want to sponsor us, we do love your show.
Yeah.
We won't come do your survival challenge, but we do love your show.
Yeah.
We do love you guys. So check it out. And moving on, final thing of the night. We need to wrap up our show with B&T Table for Two. Yeah,
this one was fun. This was one of the spots that we go to all the time for date nights, and it's like a regular spot for us. Castiglia's, not the one in downtown Fredericksburg, but the one on Courthouse Road, if you are familiar with the Fredericksburg area. So,
It's so good. They know us so much, though. Like, we have our normal waitress.
Yeah.
Actually, we know most of the waitresses and the waiters.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we remember you.
Yeah,
like,
every time they know our drink order.
Want.
Yeah, they know our salad orders.
We don't really need menus, type deal. So,
but I tell you what, if you're looking for a good salad, I know it's Italian food, but you and I both go for their chef salad.
Yeah, I love the chef salad. I've been ordering it for years. And it is my favorite go-to, you know what I mean? So if I don't feel like cooking, because I do get tired of cooking.
He's the cook in the house, so fair.
Yes. So, yeah, I always go there. That is my go-to. Yep. And I always, most of the time, I'll have one slice of pizza. I'm trying to be careful with what I eat. But I usually get one slice of pizza with my salad, and it's so good.
And
Yeah.
we don't switch it up often on what we eat there, but I will say our favorites. If you are going there for the first time, here's our recommendations: chef salad or just a side salad.
Yep.
Their ranch is amazing, and I salivate over good ranch.
Yes.
Only when it's good ranch. Chicken bacon ranch pizza.
Yeah,
I think that one's
that's
our
a good
favorite.
one. Yeah.
From there. And last time I tried their what was it? Ravioli? No. Was it ravioli?
Yeah, you got the ravioli with
Alfredo on top,
Yeah.
and that was absolutely delicious.
I think it was a 4-cheese ravioli.
Yeah, I could have like drank that sauce. It was so good.
Yeah, I had a few pieces, and it was really good.
It was.
Yeah.
So if you're looking, and the other thing I will say with this restaurant, it's not overly expensive. Like it's
No.
actually very well priced. And so if you're looking for like, hey, I want to do a date night, you know,
You don't
but
want
we
to do
don't
a
want
fancy steak dinner. Or
right,
anything
and we
like
don't want to
that.
spend too much, but we still want to go out and enjoy some time together. I love the atmosphere. I love the space. Like I love all the paintings and everything on the wall.
Or if you want something just to pick up and go.
Oh, pick up and go too. Yeah, it's
you
really
can
good
order
too.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely really good. It's also one of those hole in the wall places where you pass by and you don't think like there's much there, and you go in and you're like, oh, which
Yeah.
those are the best restaurants out there. So we definitely suggest going to check it out. If you have been there, let us know what you think. Remember, it's the one on Courthouse Road. That's our go-to. You can let us know what you think. We actually posted on our social media, Facebook, Instagram. You can check it out. We tagged them as well. Shout out to our waitresses and waiters there. We love you guys.
Yes.
But that is the spot that we are putting up for B&T Table for Two. So check it out if you haven't been. If you have been, give them a shout out on social media on our post as well.
Yeah.
And then, of course, let us know where we need to be visiting next. We're having fun with this.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a great time. And it gets us out of the house and gets us a little date night that we normally don't schedule in. So
And the restaurant, people like it as well. You know, we get to interact with them a little bit and take pictures with, the waitresses and talk with the owners. Like we talk with the owners. Oh, is that the owner at Stockyards?
Yes.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've met the owners at Castiglia's.
Oh, probably.
A couple times. So
I will say we have become those weirdos who, before we eat our food, we're now taking all the pictures from above.
we're like the cringe
Influencers.
influencers and stuff like that. They're like, oh my, and people look at us weird all
They
the time,
do.
and I'm like, who cares?
Well, last time it was funny because you started eating your salad at Castilla's, and I was like, no,
Yeah,
I gotta take a
you
picture.
had to
You
get
like tried
the-
to cover up a spot of it.
Yeah, I had to like make it presentable, but I was just chowing down.
You were like, I'm just hungry at this point. But anyways, love to Casillas on Courthouse Road. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for having us all the time, remembering our orders, making us feel like family. Again, if you've checked it out, let us know on our Facebook and Instagram, B&T Unscripted. Give them some love. If you haven't, there's your next date night location.
Yeah.
And let us know where we should go next. And that is wrapping up the show. So we want to thank you all so much for being with us. Follow us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast. Share it with friends and family. We love you guys, and we will be back with you on Wednesday for Weird News Wednesday.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we will talk
Sorry,
to y'all
brain
soon.
fart.
Brain fart.
Yeah.
We will talk to you all soon. Have a great night, guys.
See ya.